Hello everyone, it is Bulldog. Welcome to my analysis of CLG. It is the first game of Summer Split, and social media, players all over social media have been hyping us up, saying that it's going to be much different, we're going to be much better. As you can see, I still have not bought Windows because I'm a cheap fuck. But Evil Geniuses looked pretty good yesterday, so I'm a little worried about this game. But hopefully our pick band will go solid here, and I believe in the talent of the team. We just, it's not the individual talent that I'm worried about. We just have to pull it together. Hopefully Exogen helped that.
Trying to get him a couple of games so that they could sell him off for their team. But they're obviously not going to drop Licorice anytime soon. But hey, come look at Kumo. This is a good player, right? He had some good games and got a top 3 in his first real starting split there, e.g. in the postseason. And though he hasn't been an all-star by any means, I want to see him keep going up, right? This is his first year as a full-time starter, and if that guy keeps going up,
oh, the Syndra respect band. Wow. And I mean, I disagree with the Evil Geniuses Ornn ban because I don't think Ruin plays a good Ornn. I think he plays everything else well. Okay. Yeah, that Aphelios is good first pick. Galio, I would like a Galio. Ezreal's good. Locking in the Ezreal Yuumi would be good.
Ezreal also got locked in, but Aphelios good scaling still, even with some of the nerfs that they've thrown at this game.
I don't know, Trundle's a good jungler right now.
This new Death Dance incorporation into the build.
Safe lock in, but the Yuumi, that's the right choice. That's good. They're gonna lock in Lulu.
He's got not only his own escapes and plenty of poke to throw down with the Yuumi, but we'll have armor from Iceborne Gauntlet as well as the Death Dance.
But I mean, a Galio is something I would like, and then being able to pair it with Camille or Jarvan would be really cool.
Which I find very silly because obviously
the Lulu.
Over here, there's a Lulu hover on the
yeah, I've watched a decent amount of the LEC already. And I watched a couple of Academy games, so I've got a decent understanding of the meta, at least on the pro level, what people seem to be picking, what seems to be the powerful stuff. So the Trundle would be a very safe lock-in. I mean, I would like the Galio and then choke out a couple of the counter picks.
Always a fan of the Infinity Edge Hurricane Aphelios builds, which are the most common. And Bang, we know
get rid of the Corki.
Down damage in a late game team fight, so definitely looking at him a lot in the late game here. With the Lulu's Sport should look really nice.
The other thing you could do is
really good as well. So EG have a very good team competition already. It's kind of like game and lock in a Jace.
I'm not a huge fan of the Jace, but Zion Spartan kicked ass on it in Academy.
Strategies from both teams. Literally the first half of the picks here, because this is very clear team fight front to back from Evil Geniuses. You have the 3 main
we're going for a more harder to execute comp, more of a poke, zone control type of thing. Good, the Malphite ban. Yeah, that's one of the best picks into Jace. And then maybe it'll be a Wukong ban? I think Wukong might be pretty good into him. I don't know. I don't know the individual matchups terribly well. Yep, the Zoe's the smart ban. That's the logical next step into a poke comp like that.
Yeah, it's not like Malphite's a really meta top laner. The CLG is like, look, we made it really obvious what we're playing. We're throwing the Malphite ban real quick because he hasn't played a top laner yet. He hasn't picked one. Yeah. Malphite would be the surefire way in. So we might see, well, I guess Ornn's already gone. Maokai is not the most reliable engage. I don't expect Nautilus top, so I'm not certain what CLG bans second. They say, you know what, let's just get rid of an assassin.
Okay.
Let's not let Jizuke have
that's...
he might want to have on this game.
I like that because that can, if you're playing a little squishier champions, it'll keep your backline from getting popped because LeBlanc is essentially a poke mage. So.
That you really do need someone to be able to lock
Yeah, that's a good
later,
Galio ban.
they're able to get a lot of initiations on TPO.
Okay, the Warwick cover. Gotta love it.
And
I would probably
round it
lock
out
in the
with
jungler
Galio
here.
there for the last one. They don't want to
I know Lee Sin's popular, but I don't like Lee Sin here.
Yeah, honestly.
Could it be the Nidalee?
Well, this would be what we'd expect to see for more poke as, yes,
The Nidalee! Wow. The last time I remember Nidalee being really prevalent was MSI, where CLG took second and Xmithy. Oh no, it was Worlds that year. Because we beat Rocks with the Nidalee. We had Nidalee Caitlyn.
Your team has to be on the game plan of supporting your
Is he actually gonna lock in the Twisted Fate? Because I don't think Twisted Fate is very good.
Evading the enemies, harassing them with spears is such a big key component to this champion.
And Nidalee is like one of those hard farmers.
Quadrupling down on a poke composition. The name of the game for CLG is hit your skill shots.
Honestly, I would love a Gragas. Oh wait, no, we already have a jungler. Never mind. I'm dumb. Ignore me.
To be able to at least land some sort of initiation for them, some sort of crowd control, maybe some sort of disengage. I like EGs. Yeah, definitely.
And then they find like a tank, like a Maokai or something in the top lane. I think Maokai. No, well, actually, yeah, because Cassio. I mean, theoretically, could go top against the Poppy. It would look really good. Yeah, but I'm not sure what's happening.
Her ult definitely works well as counter engage. But I have to say, I like EG's response. The Twisted Fate coming out to try and prey on those members of the poke competition while they're split up. And that extra vision does go a super long way.
Yeah. Kobe, I want to ask this really very
pointedly.
But,
you know, our comp has a clear identity here, and I like that.
Whether the players swap champions or they swap roles. I feel like Cassio should look very good in a Poppy who wants to buy Sunfire Cape, wants to buy armor, and Jace can, I think, pretty cleanly get QSS.
And we've shown the ability to do that lane swapping. Ruin has shown he could play mid.
Ruin on the Jace has TP, expecting to go top lane, but gut check me here. Is that wrong to think that way?
I don't think it's wrong to think that way because CLG has a history of doing that, especially with Ruin.
So wherever the Cassiopeia goes, I would not want my lane opponent to be able to rush the magic resist. You mentioned Poppy wanting to build Sunfire. If they have a top side of the map that is Nidalee Cassiopeia, then the Poppy very clearly is going to be able to rush magic resistance. Twisted Fate usually
that's a good point.
Because he tries to get the extra mana or
but,
go the Rod of Ages build even.
You know, we
to be a little bit more tanky.
I just watched the G2 and
I definitely see it this way as both
I think
and Jace can run the phase
OG game, and comps are very similar to that. And the CLG is playing the style that G2 did, and EG is playing the style that OG did. But I mean, OG won that, but there were definitely some screw ups on the side of G2 that led to that. It wasn't really a result of the comp that it wasn't Pigban that decided the game. And I think like one of the better things you can do against a Trundle, be pretty poke heavy and you know, not have a lot of stats to be able to steal, because that's where a lot of his power comes from as a champion. Kumo, that was an actually garbage trade. You didn't knock him into the wall. That puts you down. Like, right away. That puts you in a terrible spot. Well, good job on Ruin.
Wiggly going to start on the top side, though, as is Svenskeren. So I really closely do want to track Wiggly's path here.
Nidalee's just a weird champion to clear with. Like, as someone who's played a shit ton of jungle, she's just so weird. But I mean, you're a pro player, you should know how to do it. You wouldn't pick it if you didn't. So it'll be fine.
just doing what looks like a full side red side clear.
Poe Belter with his CS lead. Our bot lane kind of getting poked out, which is to be expected if you don't get level 2 first. I mean, the Aphelios Lulu just kind of has a better level 1 and 2. Just some early, because they just have much more wave control. So, because Lulu can throw glitter lances and help hit minions much better than Yumi can.
There's certainly matches where you do want to go for the spell thieves, but in this case, you're saying, yeah, we're going to miss out on the mana regen and just make sure we get the gold income for the item spikes.
Yeah, and with both junglers looking at bottom crab, actually Svenskjær, is he going to get some deep vision first? Doesn't actually go place the ward, but he does get the bottom crab before Wiggly can finish his full clear.
But Sven hasn't done the full clear yet, and I think Wiggly knew Sven was there. So he's going to top crab, and it should be just fine.
Get some more resistances. It's pretty much Jace gets the free reign. You can see the phase rush proc there. Ruin constantly weaving in these auto attacks while Kumo's trying to scrape up some CS. It's also important when you're doing this in lane.
Ruin already has a decent CS lead. After 3 waves, having a 4 CS lead is pretty darn good. And he's secure in being so aggressive right now because he has vision in the river. He has jungle help, so good work. And Wiggly taking advantage of playing the Nidalee, getting that camp lead. I like it. Something interesting looks to be happening mid on the minimap. I can't tell. I think Jizuke may just be pushed in, or as a friend of mine likes to call him, Jacuzzi, because he can't ever remember the name Jizuke. So, I mean, Wiggly, you could look for a gank mid.
Time goes on, that's a nice one there.
Alright, apparently not.
Here comes to the skies, pop the W, waste your mana some more, no problems.
Okay, back off, Ruin.
Turn the lane around.
Phase rush and the acceleration gate. He does get the slow.
Oh, wow, what a perfect flash.
Knew that Kumo could follow up. Kumo actually
wow, because that was like so well coordinated by those two, because slamming him into the pillar would have gotten the kill. He had a couple of frames to be able to escape that with the flash, and he did it perfectly. Well done.
Ruin was cognizant of the combo. He knows exactly
like, wow.
It's one of those, Poppy plus
good shit. And look at this. All of our lanes are ahead or even. Last split, this would have been a miracle. This definitely feels like a different team. And we're not being super active early, but the only champion that really generates an early advantage here is the Jace. So, and I mean, we have been playing around the Jace a decent amount, which puts us in a pretty good spot.
Cinder versus double longsword as the first recalls up in that lane. Since Garen gets his upgraded smite, he had gotten that a while back when he recalled after killing the bottom scuttle. But some ability power now in and more damage towards 6A. CLG forced to bleed a little bit of farm down here. You can see Bang rushing executioners calling to try.
Well, Lulu's just a stronger laner than Yumi, but Yumi is stronger later in the game.
But also someone will heal on that one to really.
And look at the lead that Ruin is starting to get here. Holy cow. Just don't die down here, please. Wow. Yeah, that was...
Kumo able to get the roam off through the enemy jungler.
That was just not something you really expect. Okay. This is not going well.
2 of the 3v1, and Ruin is just that. A 2-0 to Jizuke already.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, it's definitely looking pretty bad for CLG here. Only 7 minutes into the game. let's take another look at how
So
we
you
got
need
this
to
point.
clearly communicate
Because
this
Wiggly is trying to get the
much
vision
better
but there seems to be a lack
if
of
you're
communication
Ruin.
between top lane and the rest of the team here
Like,
as,
just did
Ruin
not
loses
communicate
sight of Kumo dipping into
that
the fog of war there with the control
Kuma
warriors
was
leading
missing,
up through, but then
and
there's
then
lack of
Ruin took the
communication
worst
both
path
ways.
possible.
Why is Ruin
Why are you going through an unwarded tri-brush there?
when Jizuke is been level 6 for a very long time?
Yeah,
here,
that was
he's up to
just
level 7 now with the ultimate ready. And since they've already
some
got
five-head
Kuma and
play
the jungler,
from
it's a
Ruin.
very easy
Didn't
ultimate
communicate
for
and
Jizuke
then
to go
took a
with,
bad
so,
path.
Exceptional play here from EG. You know, after their play yesterday and the start here, I think they're feeling very good.
Like, that just was a lack of
about the
communication.
play that they took.
Yeah, I mean, EG's feeling pretty comfortable so far. I want to say that I'm not sure I can blame coordination for not knowing at 8 minutes TF isn't level 6 by now, or 7 minutes. Like, that is, if you're at least Diamond, you 100% know that's always true without the guy getting slaughtered in lane or something. So,
Yeah,
that's just...
especially since he's a solo laner and he's like, I'm level 7.
Yeah, I'm level 7. I wonder if TF might have his ultimate. Nah, I didn't skill it.
Yeah, that was...
The classic. The classic.
Yeah, he's not much of a
Yeah, that
chef,
was just
alright?
mental
He didn't
boom
skill it.
from
There's nothing
Ruin.
in there. He's not cooking anything. It's
okay.
fine. Yeah,
we
got that one out.
8.5 minutes into our first cast with Freak before we get the first pun.
That's
of
my
summer.
first pun. My puns per hour, or puns per minute, 1/8, not bad.
Now
so far.
he's backing
Bang
off,
shoots down to
even
the
though
bottom,
he
triggers the half
doesn't...
HP. That's going to be the root into place.
Oh!
He's out of turret range, but...
Can Wiggly...
Could jump in, go
Okay,
for the
forces a
flash
lot.
away, but now the re-root and Wiggly has to run for his life to follow. The ulti lands. Wiggly's
Wow.
going to drop, and Zazel's on the board for his first kill to split.
How is Spence Garrett even flashing in to get the Trundle ultimate on him and lower the resistances a little bit further to make sure they can finish off that kill?
No,
EG
we
strike
tried to
again,
make a play and it
that
just
is gonna
didn't
be
work.
Now,
Oh.
bottom side victory
Audio.
easily turned into dragon
Audio.
control.
Ugh.
So some kills on the top side are one
Well.
thing, and you're like, oh no, you know,
Holy-
the Poppies really have
holy robot.
early on. That's going to be a bad sign for CLG. But once EG can take control of the bottom side of the map securely with the Aphelios and Lulu, that leads into dragon stacking for the team that has...
Yeah, we do lose that early drag. I mean, we just have no control over this game. Pobelter's winning,
Okay, CLG
like, in farm, but
2,000 gold deficit already 10 minutes into the
Ruin's
game.
winning
That is
in
not
farm,
gonna
so is
look
Wiggly.
good. This is a rough one. Evil
But
Geniuses, though, gotta feel
we just
comfortable about how this one is starting out. Rada
aren't
Vegas
communicating
stacking up
nearly as
early
well.
off those first 2 kills. Obviously, Jizuke could be happy about that one. 700 gold picked up from his first 2 kills, and just, you know, knocking down the minions, making sure he has some lane pressure, and gonna find his next target opportunity as the ulti's back up already. Has the spellbook bringing up an ignite, and we'll see what he can find for himself. 4 minutes to go till the next Drake spawns up. The obvious early Inferno went to EG off of that bot lane play. Manamune is done though for 6 days. That's starting to stack up. That is at least the first power spike done for the bottom lane. Gonna feel fairly comfortable. Top lane farm still pretty solid for Ruin, but having a hard time facing off against Kumo is, you know, honestly, the Poppy roams are better than 10 CS realistically, and he's stacking up on armor. You can see going towards the Sunfire Cape. Maybe Wiggly can show up, but he's instead gonna go to the bottom lane. In on his
Stixay,
base.
what the
Stixay,
fuck?
That is far too much. You didn't have your team around. Beautifully timed knockup, and this could be death right away.
Oh my
Wiggly
God.
life. It's not gonna be enough. A double kill for Bang.
Freak, this is actually getting hard to watch. Just
What the
completely
fuck,
outclassed
Stixay?
here. Now Smoothie all alone.
I need to rewatch that. What the fuck was he
Down,
thinking?
Quick kill to Bang, give him the third. Down, down, quick kill to Bang, give him the third
Okay.
in a row. If he lands, Wiggly's gonna...
Early on.
That was the other death. What the fuck was Stixay thinking here? Look. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so he's going forward without... Okay, go away. Without the Yuumi ult. Like, is that not communicated? Hey, I don't have Yuumi ult right now. Because you go forward right there if you have the Yuumi ult. But you don't have the Yuumi ult. So you should have just sat back right here, tried to hit Q, but instead you jump in. You want to wait until the Nidalee is on top of them to jump in, and then you get fucked because you played it so poorly
life. It's not
Holy shit, that was so bad. Why did he go forward? If he had the Yumi ult, I can understand going forward. But you didn't. And you just leapt into an Aphelios, who's a level up, who has executioners, and he has the flamethrower gun, which means he can just burst you with Q really hard. And I think his secondary gun is the Graviton one. So he can Q you, and then switch guns, and then immediately root you, and burst you incredibly hard. You're going to get polymorphed by the Lulu, and your Nidalee's not there yet. So your jungler isn't in the lane yet. And you're going into the worst possible combination of Aphelios guns for being that low. And then you flash. And it just... What? And then your jungler shows up and a losing 2v2. It's a winning 3v2, but you went in way too early. You didn't communicate about the Yumi ult, apparently. And, it's a good setup, but the execution was as bad as it possibly could have been. Because you should know he has the executioners, so you can't rely on a burst heal from Yumi. And Yumi doesn't have heal up. So, what you probably should have done is when you hit that, okay, right there, you throw Q, and then you throw ulti as Ezreal. And if you can chunk them with both of those, then your Nidalee's there. Then, presumably, she's going to hit the spear. And then you can go forward with your burst damage now. With the rest of your burst damage. And kill them. And then suddenly, you get a kill onto the AD carry, and it's a 3v1. That you're never going to lose. Because you have 3 basically full health champions against a support Lulu. But instead, you jump in way too early. You could have played this so much better. You have to know when to go in. You can't jump in against an Aphelios that early. You're just going to get popped. And especially, you can't expect to burst him down when he's got a Lulu with ulti right next to him. It's never going to work. I don't know what the hell Stixxay was thinking, or if he even was. And that kind of play just pisses me off, because the setup was perfect. You've got them caught out in the long lane. You've got summoner advantage. You have exhaust and flash on your side. They just have the support flash. You can use your Ezreal ult. And then you want to stall it out a little bit to get the Yumi ult. And you know the Twisted Fate isn't in position to roam because you see him in the mid lane. So you're perfectly fine. You know Poppy doesn't have TP. You set everything up exactly how it should have been set up, and then you go in 3 seconds too early. And that's the difference. That 3 seconds is the difference between their AD carry getting fed out of his fucking mind and you starting to come back in this game.
That is far too much. You didn't have your team around. Beautifully timed knock-up, and this could be death right away. Wiggly's running for dear life. It's not going to be enough. A double kill for Bang.
Freak, this is actually getting hard to watch. Just completely outclassed here Now Smoothie all alone.
He's so dead. He is just going down. Quick kill to Bang. Give him the
So instead of a 2 for 0 like that should have been, it ends up being a 0 for 3. And it puts you 4,000 gold behind, and you're basically out of the game.
Bro, third plate drops as well. EG are walking over this game.
I mean, there's just multiple really well-played instances in the skirmishes.
Oh, now you use the Ezreal ulti.
Bang with that
When it has no use to you.
For overcommitting to the quote-unquote.
Oh, and then they were able to respond topside with their jungler and a Rift Herald, get first turret, and snowball Kumo. Open up the map, get a ton more gold on their side. Now it's a 6,000 gold lead. So that was essentially because Stixay jumped in 3 seconds too early. It was essentially a 5,000 gold swing compared if he would have played it right. Like, you can't be making that kind of massive mistake against players that know what they're doing.
To get off on the bottom side, him going down then means that they can also turn on the Nidalee very easily. Zeyzal's timing on the knockup, if you see this. Okay, well, we'll first look at the punish. This is Stixay and Smoothie trying to bait for Wiggly. You know, you overcommit a little bit. You try and get them to expose themselves for the hit of a skill shot. Bang is able to get the root off of the poke there. He dodges,
Also, wait.
as, Bang is able to
So,
get them to
so Wiggly was in the bush, and they get chunked trying to set it up. Then he backs off. So he not only backs off, he shows on a ward.
Burns him down under tower, and once Stixay ease in for the bait, flashing out, still dying. Zeyzal's got the knockup. You see that interrupt? He times his knockup so well, it doesn't even let the damage come through for Nidalee's jump, and Ruin now getting chased down.
Yep,
EG
Ruin's
just
dead.
Out of control.
He's dead. He's dead. Third kill for Dazuke. That's going to be a rough one. Do need to point out, Exhaust had missed in the previous fight. He exhausted Zeyzal, not Bang. That means something, although it probably still would have went just as badly for CLG down in the bottom lane, but is worth noting that went down. The gold deficit just ballooning. It was 2,000 at 10
Holy
minutes.
shit.
We've gone 2.5 since then, and it's now 6,000. It's actually tripled in that amount of time. Herald was summoned in the top lane.
massacre,
Two more ton of gold up there. Bottom
This
lane
is-
fall now as well.
This is
2-0
just
in that
sad.
score. There is
Like,
not a lot
Evil
that
Geniuses
they
is a
do in
good
this game.
team, but
All the aggressive moves
they
have
should
been
not be
around by Zeyzal.
crushing us.
Yeah.
If we played a close game and lost, I would have been fine. This isn't close. This is awful. This is just a lack of communication, playing things just dumb on in every lane but mid lane.
So heavily on poke, right? And your long range. And
It's like Pope out there sitting there like, oh, I have a solid CS lead, and my team has given up 3 kills to my opponent. So now both their carries have 3 kills. All of the gold that they're ahead is on Aphelios and freaking Twisted Fate. Oh, Lulu already has Ardent Sensor, so like we have to just hemorrhage objectives because there's no way we can fight them. And it's just game. Like it's game over because we're clearly not going to be able to out team fight them. We're not going to be able to out rotate them.
can actually go wherever they want. They had bottom lane control because
And when you fall really far behind in a poke comp, there isn't much you can do because your poke they're just going to be able to itemize with their extra gold to negate a lot of your poke. And they're just going to be so far ahead stats-wise that your poke doesn't really do anything.
Oh, he poked the chicken and stole 45 gold from his own jungle. That's the constant work.
Holy
You
shit.
can do that about 100 times. You tie up the gold difference.
You gotta count your blessings one step at a time, Freak. One step in front of the other. As we said, though, the dragon stacking will continue. The territory on Summoner's Rift that we will deem Evil Genius territory
I mean, it's the entire map that is not a CLG tower. That is Evil Genius territory right now, because it's not even remotely close. Oh. And like, they just get to do this now, because we played everything else so poorly that there's nothing we can do about that now.
The items stack up, and it's just a poor, squishy top laner without any support anymore. A lot of goose eggs here in the CLG scoreline. They're actually en route towards a perfect game in their split opener. Time still to play, but it looks like
when like the coaches and players said things would be different, I didn't expect things would be different in terms of we're gonna put up even less of a fight.
I actually want to track that. Now that you said it, I think that is hilarious.
Will you see a turret?
Yeah, if we toggle vision for CLG, right now they cannot see any. They can't literally in fog of war for all of the EG turrets. They would just have to quickly push minion waves to get some.
Like, we've done some damage to top lane turret. I know that, but that's it.
Kobe? Okay.
But we're nearly 10,000 gold down at 15 minutes.
Down mid lane for wave clear, and he'll see the turrets.
Big break.
Like, that's
not fair.
like, it's just game over at this point. We're too far behind.
It's thematic for the champion. Ezreal's all about.
And it just all snowballed off of poor communication about the location of Poppy. Hey, I saw her walk out of top lane through Tribrush. Be careful, she might be in the jungle. Okay, so you play around that then. But there wasn't that communication. And then things just snowballed from there because Ruin was like, oh hey, I saw Poppy walk through jungle. Let me step into Tribrush while Twisted Fatality is up. Instead of taking the very clear and safe path. And there were opportunities to turn it around. You know, you can come back from mistakes like that, but then every single gank attempt you had was absolutely fucking pathetic. And you died on most ganks. And, like, you did some damage to Jizuke in that fight. That was it. There's just nothing you can do at this point. You fucked up too much already. And basically you have to pray that Evil Genius just absolutely mental booms and, like, disconnects 3 of their computers from the game. But, I mean, they're basically just going to take this Rift Herald and march it on to the Nexus. Because we don't have any control over the mid lane.
9 pages in his Medjai, by the way. Stack TF for
Yeah.
Jizuke. They can easily
Jizuke is just so incredibly strong at this point.
You know, there's multiple routes for them to try and finish this one off. Jizuke!
And Ruin's dead.
From the range Q, the jump forward can't usually miss, but yeah, that's going to be an auto attack from Bang, and they're going to also go
Wiggly's dead.
It's going to be a kill down there, no problem, and Bang, I guess I'll chase him down. Ruin saw a turret! He got to see the turret on his way out, so at least CLG gets that one done. You are not.
And he can execute. Oh, nope.
It's still the kill. Bang gets kill credit for hitting him a while back. Now Smoothie is on the run. He needs to jump to 6A. He's able to do so. They're going to at least stay alive, but EG are just absolutely walking over CLG.
It's like scouting in an RTS, like Warcraft or StarCraft. They're sending probes into the base to see
this
is
is
building.
like so bad.
Oh, EG are already
There's absolutely nothing we can do.
He's an SCV, a drone, a
And
probe,
Pobelter has not died.
Whisper and Acolyte.
Like, Pobelter's playing well, but it just feels like no one else is.
Oh, yeah. I'd also say that he's a pro toss.
Fair enough. There's another look. But my favorite part, of course, about this is that Yusuke's
there's
like, my work here is done. You got this one, right, Bang? Yeah, no problem. And then he leaves up to the top side to make sure they get the second kill.
Honestly, Ruin getting some CS there. That's like the most he could make of it, but holy shit. Like, I'm as faithful as anyone and as hopeful, but this roster just isn't working.
And then comes back about 25 seconds later. with the respawn. 20 minutes into the game, 10,500 gold lead here into this one as Evil Geniuses have gotten all 6 turrets outside of the base, and CLG are, as you mentioned about 10 minutes ago, right? The territory that becomes EG territory, that used to be CLG territory, it just keeps growing.
And do they have the Rift Herald still? Yep, they have the Rift Herald. They're very close to Dragon Soul. It's 20 minutes, 10,000 gold lead.
126 minutes into the game. Oh, okay, not a problem. Well over the damage of True Shot Barrage, easy auto attack, Spencer and grabs it. And now we'll see what else EG wants to do on this one, as Wiggly is just forced to run away from his jungle.
Yep.
I mean, let's take a look at what happens here with Pobelter.
Pobelter's like.
Okay, it looks like they want to back off.
Pobelter has played pretty well.
Honestly, at the beginning of summer, if you had asked me how long would we have to wait for a perfect game, I might not have said
game 3.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have said game 3, but Pobelter.
That's damage. That's a lot. Jizuke has to run backwards, but there's the stun. The clearance went away. Shield comes on.
I mean, it's like pretty well played, but your numbers are just so much lower.
Bang! Gets his 5th kill of the game.
Pobelter wanted to get his hands dirty. He was the only member of CLG who had not died in lane phase, that had not died yet. It was not all the goose eggs.
And now you just lost your primary source of wave clear. So, if Evil Geniuses syncs up their waves... Oh, they just summon Rift Herald. So you're forced to deal with that while they take Baron. Or they're just planning on taking Baron and using Rift Herald at the same time to just ram it down one lane and win.
Are here to play. Baron gets picked up very easily for themselves. And they're definitely holding this perfect game.
And I am very happy with EG so far. Keep in mind that they were
I don't see a situation where CLG even gets a kill. Because Sven and Kuma are too tanky, and you have a Lulu to protect the other two. And they also have like solid resistances and health. They're not just incredibly squishy. I mean, Lulu would be the easiest to kill, but if you're targeting the Lulu, everyone else is gonna die. So
they did add obviously Huni in the offseason and have tried him in scrims and stuff, but they haven't changed the roster, and a lot of the teams having trouble and making lots of these changes during the split with 10-man rosters and never really sure who they're building on. I feel like miss out on some of the building and the growth that you're talking about EG going through in spring, where even in interviews they're very clearly talking about, we are on different pages for our game plan, literally in game as we're playing them. And once they solve some of these issues, they just start to look so much better. And now they can continue on that success they built.
Holy cow, this is just bad.
And I like it. And so yeah, to your sort of point, I don't think EG should ever sub out Kumo and Bang so that Huni can get play in. I would not sub out Jizuke or Bang. They're probably your 2 best performers, and I think you keep what's going on right now. The team looks quite good. Wiggly gets chunked incredibly low as Bang continues to put out absurd damage here. Bot lane being poked down. Jizuke with a Twisted Fate gets that inhibitor to drop down. Mid, of course, turret's already gone. Channel on the hammer, not quite going to land. Pobelter can't get the stun either. A little bit of damage towards Bang puts him at half, but so far no kill. Pobelter is going to drop for this one.
There's not going to be a kill. We don't have enough damage.
That kill. And hit number 2 is going to fall. Bang jumps forward, flashes in for the autos. Can't quite knock down Stick Save, but the middle inhibitor going to be left open now as well. As the waves come in, only 24 minutes in, and EG have
I'm actually surprised it took this long for them to finish.
Don't dive the fountain. Perfect game to knock down CLG and their season.
Things will be different, they said. Oh my god.
That's impressive stuff. All right, that's a clap. That's the strongest clap
holy shit.
So far.
You know,
congratulations to you.
I was willing to give it a shot, and I left myself vulnerable, got a swift kick to the nuts from this org. Holy shit. Oh my god. Like, can you guys, like, trade for Xmithy? Like, Xmithy gets sneaky here. Trade for Huni. You know, then I think we could have a shot, but
They were the 10th place finisher from last split. They picked up very, very few wins, and then their summer split.
I didn't see any improvement from last split.
CLG are still one of the very best teams in the league.
And
I mean,
at this point, if there's not improvement, blow up the fucking roster.
There's 17 more to play. We might see improvement. It's not a heartening start.
It's sad.
Are you a fan of underdogs, Freak? Because
yes.
That is how you build the underdog story.
Yes.
You slam a 10th place, and then you get perfect game in the opener, and you're like, who's the most underdog of the league?
You're kicking us while we're down. Holy crap. This is... Hopefully it gets better,
right now,
but
that's like,
I don't have high
why didn't you make
hopes.
any changes? You got perfect